Employment Division versus Smith could have been a very routine case. Yet 20 years ago, the Supreme Court makes its decision, and it's a landmark in religious freedom.
Well, in 1990, when the case was decided, there was a wide agreement among law professors, at least, that only the strictest scrutiny would be applied to any law that affects religious liberty. But they were actually wrong, and the Supreme Court said, we've looked over all of our cases and we don't see the rule that you say is there. We see that religious individuals have to obey the law. The result was a huge political backlash from lots of law and religion professors, but also religious groups, who immediately went to Congress to lobby to get this decision overruled. So one of the most fascinating parts of this case is that it triggered what amounts to a separation of powers crisis, where Congress took over the First Amendment from the court.
What are you hoping to achieve in this conference on the 20th anniversary of the case?
Well, my hope was to bring together a diverse set of voices and some of the newer voices in the field to talk about what was truly a cataclysmic moment in constitutional law. And my hope is that we will have a lively discussion. This is a wide variety of viewpoints. I think there will be a lot to get out of it. But one of the most interesting moments, I think, will be Wednesday night with the keynote with David Frohnmeyer. He was the Attorney General of Oregon in the Smith case. He is going to talk about his experiences with the case, and then I'm going to talk about the case from the Supreme Court's perspective, because I was clerking for Justice Sandra Day O'Connor that year. And I've actually obtained 3 of the justices' papers from that year, and I have some very interesting information on the inside baseball side of the case. And so I think for students interested in how the Supreme Court works, for anyone who watches the Supreme Court, I think Wednesday night will be especially interesting.
What will Cardozo students get out of this conference if they attend it? What will they get as a supplement to what they're learning in the classroom?
I think they'll get a big picture sense of the power relationships between the Supreme Court and Congress, and they'll come to understand that liberty is something that is a complex concept, and there are lots of factors that are involved in getting to the right balance. And if they get that out of it, it will have been a huge success.